Good day, viewers, and welcome to another episode of Government and Public Service Reports on Atlantic Television Network. Here, we bring you the news, events, and stories abound in the state system. ATN's appetite for in-depth, unbiased, and factual reportage is the driving principle for this program in order to bring government activities to the doorstep of the people. We'll go through the highlights of today's reports and headlines. Starting from Rivers State, IGP orders withdrawal of police from local government secretariats. NDLEA arrests Canadian for cannabis importation. NNPC quits as middleman in Dangote petrol purchase. Federal government launches NHREC portal to accelerate research. We'll take a short break, and when we return, we'll go straight into the details. Stay with us.
The people of Maiduguri need your help. A catastrophic flood has engulfed the city, leaving over 1 million residents stranded and fighting for survival. Entire communities are submerged, with people trapped inside homes and on rooftops cut off from food, clean drinking water and essential supplies. Health experts are warning of a potential outbreak of deadly diseases, and medical facilities are out of commission. The situation is dire. Helicopters, boats and high-riding trucks capable of navigating the treacherous, waterlogged areas are urgently required to reach the countless men, women and children still awaiting rescue. The Nigerian media is issuing a desperate plea to the government, humanitarian organizations, international actors and citizens across the nation. Step in now, before it's too late. For more information on how you can help, contact Professor Usman A. Tar, the Honorable Commissioner for Information and Internal Security, Borno State, on 0809-233-3955. Every second counts.
This is powered by Atlantic Television Network.
Welcome back. Now to the stories in details. Governor of Rivers State, Sir Siminala Ifubara, on Sunday presided over the swearing-in ceremony for the newly elected chairman of the 23 local government councils in the state. The exercise was held at the Executive Council chamber of the Government House in Port Harcourt, the state capital. Hours after the chairman were issued certificates of return by the chairman of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, RISEC, Adolphus Enebele. The event was attended by Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed, who is also the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum. The governor expressed joy at the success of the local government election, saying it takes the help of God to survive the past few days. He also appreciated President Bola Tinubu for being a Democrat. Fubara, who assured Mohammed that he is still a member of the PDP, however said that a desperate situation requires desperate action. According to him, what his administration did with the support of the people was to salvage the local government councils. He said he would not go in the way by being confrontational to protect the assets of the state and cause a breakdown of law and order. He advised the new chairman to see themselves as servants and not emperors, saying the local government areas need development and charged them to work for the people who are the real political structure. Results from the RISEC said the Action People's Party won 22 out of 23 local government areas. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has reacted to the outcome of the local government elections in Rivers State. Atiku said the election results showed that Rivers people have rejected political oppression, harassment, and self-serving others. He commended Governor Siminala Ifubara for safeguarding the sanctity of the local government elections, even amidst provocative challenges. The former vice president stated this while reacting to the outcome of the Rivers State local government results. In a statement issued via his X handle, formerly known as Twitter, Atiku said the results have revealed that Rivers people are astute and resolute. He said, with the conclusion of the local government elections in Rivers State, the shadows of political intimidation and judicial chancery have dissipated, paving the way for noble pursuits of governance in the state. He commended Governor Siminala Ifubara for his unwavering commitment to the people's interests. The former PDP presidential candidate said Governor Fubara safeguarded the sanctity of the local government elections, even amidst provocative challenges. Atiku further urged the newly elected chairman to wear the welfare of the people as their foremost badge of honor and shun tyranny and delusional ambition in their political endeavors. Analysts have described the just concluded October 5th local government polls in Rivers State as a ploy by the Rivers State government to take over power at the grassroots. Speaking on Atlantic Television Network program Open Air, a political analyst, Ugochukwu Ifeanyi, described the elections as a mere political charade that has no legal processes and procedure for a credible election.
What happened yesterday was a sham, was a charade, in the sense that from the onset, we saw an electoral process that was shrouded in secrecy. The electoral primary process that nobody heard about. The primaries of the political parties that produced those purported candidates.
Ugochukwu decried the electoral irregularities at the elections.
Positions given those that came first in each local government, those that came second, and those that came third are thereabout. And even INEC, when they announced results, we announced even parties that got 0 votes. That is how election results have been announced. So I want to put it on record before the world that there was no, in as much as the chairman of this could not specify how those election results trickled in, how each party fared, and what numbers the local government, those who won election and those who lost got, it is not a declaration.
This is coming. The People's Party won 22 chairmanship positions out of a total of 23 in the Rivers State local government election. The Chief Election Officer of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, Adolphus Justice Enebele, made this known on Saturday in Port Harcourt, the state capital. While declaring the results, Enebele said the announcement was suspended in Eche local government area because the results coalition was still ongoing. Enebele clarified that the results of the Eche and the 319 councillorship positions would be announced upon the conclusion of the collation. Inspector General of the Police, Kayode Egbetukun, has ordered the immediate withdrawal of the police personnel stationed at the secretariats of the 23 local government areas in Rivers State, marking a decisive end to a months-long security presence at the facilities. In a statement released on Monday by the police command spokesperson Grace Iringekoko, it was confirmed that the move is in strict compliance of the IGP's orders. The unsealing comes just 24 hours after Governor Siminala Ifubara swore in the newly elected chairman following Saturday's local government elections. It is worth noting that the secretariat had been sealed since July following tensions related to the controversial tenure extension of the previous chairman. During that period, the facilities were secured by police personnel to maintain order amidst the political crisis. The police command emphasized that the latest decision demonstrates the Nigerian police force commitment to political neutrality and the smooth functioning of the democratic institution. It further clarified that the police personnel will only be redeployed if a crisis or threat to the public emerges. The Rivers State Police Command affirmed its commitment to maintaining peace and urged residents and political stakeholders to remain calm and law-abiding. Analysts has criticized the Rivers State Governor Siminala Ifubara to declare his political party to Rivers people and avoid confusing the citizens. Speaking on Atlantic Television Network program Open Air, a socio-political analyst, Church Hill Wali, tasked Governor Fubara to clear his political position with Actions People's Party.
I want it to be clear. The governor of Rivers State has the flag of PDP as the governor of PDP. And clearly, everybody knows that the governor of Rivers State has not been given the due position in the party as the leader of the, or one of the leaders of.
Wali blamed APC Secretariat explosion on political propaganda.
It has also been clear to the people of Rivers State that whatsoever thing that is happening in either PDP Secretariat or APT Secretariat does not really concern a particular party. Nobody knows whether it's APPDP that did it or PDAPC that did it.
ATM reports buildings and other property were shattered in the early hours of Saturday as explosives suspected to be dynamite shattered the Secretariat of the All Progressives Congress along Aba Road in Port Harcourt, River State capital. The explosion brought down the gates of the Secretariat while doors, windows and other properties were destroyed. This is the second time the Chief Tony Okocha-led APC would be experiencing such attack on his party secretariat this year. Moving on, Senator Godswill Akpabio has led members of the National Assembly from Akwa Ibom State to offer condolences to Governor Umo Eno following the passing of his wife, Pastor Patience Eno. In his remarks, Senator Akpabio expressed deep sorrow over the death of the First Lady, describing it as a significant loss to the family and the state, the nation at large, adding that Pastor Patience Eno would be greatly missed for her virtues and support. Akpabio described the late First Lady as a virtuous woman who stood steadfastly by her husband and stressed that her humility and unwavering support held the governor to achieve his inclusive and unifying vision of Akwa Ibom State. The Senate President assured Governor Eno that he was not alone in this difficult time and urged him to stay strong, especially as a Christian who knows that his late wife was a woman of God. Governor Umo Eno, in his response, thanked the Senate President and his delegation for their show of love and solidarity and also congratulated Akpabio on his conferment with the National Honor of JCON. In a different story, 2 police personnel attached to the Aba Area Command have allegedly demanded a bribe of 600,000 naira to release some workers of the company, Livestock Feeds, accused of thefts. The personnel identified as the investigating police officer, IPO of the case identified as Uche, and a superior officer, Akudo Ugbonna. Reports gathered that the workers have been illegally detained since Friday after the company alleged that its raw materials were missing without any investigation. 10 workers of the company were reportedly arrested and put behind bars. 4 of them were released after allegedly paying 100,000 naira each, while the 6 others have remained in detention for failing to pay bribes to secure their release. Speaking to a relative of one of the arrested workers, he said, "As I'm speaking to you, at 1 p.m. on Sunday, October 6, 2024, I am at the Aba area of the command, Abia State. A family member was arrested and was taken to the area police command station." In Imo State, Police commanders deny reports that its operatives rejected 2 robbery suspects arrested by the government-backed local security network, popularly known as Ebubeagu. This is coming after the Ebubeagu security outfit followed an alleged robbery incident that took place on August 31st, where one Chidi Okole was shot. Information obtained from the victim of the robbery incident revealed that 2 suspects were arrested by Ebubeagu security network were rejected by the Olu Police Division on ground that the vigilante group held the suspects in their custody for longer than the required hours by law. Reacting to the developments, the Imo State Police Command, through its Public Relations Officer ASP Henry Okoye, said it contacted the area commander in charge of the Olu Division regarding the incident. The police spokesperson said he contacted the area command Olu Division regarding the suspects who were not rejected and simply requested for a medical checkup for the suspects who have been held by Ebubeagu for an extended period. Troops of the 401 Special Forces Brigade Nigerian Army, in collaboration with Sector 1, have rescued a member of the National Youth Service Corps, NYC, and 6 other victims from kidnappers in Se Anaka along Wukari Zaki Biam in Ukum local government area of Benue State. The corps members was identified as a 29-year-old law graduate student, Samuel Mwekara. Other rescued victims who were kidnapped at different dates and times within the same location include Anelechi Bob, a 32-year-old, Ayuba Luka, a 28-year-old, Umar Ibrahim, Rabiu Mohammed, Buhari Amadu Saleh, 17-year-old, and Blessing Ayuba, 47-year-old. The security personnel who spoke with reporters on condition of anonymity identified the bandits terrorizing the Sankara area axis as some of the rescued victims who spoke on a military camp in Zaki Biam, Ukum local government area, where they were taken to, said that they were kidnapped and kept hostage for days before the intervention of the military troops. They said, some of us were taken to the neighboring settlements like Chito village, Adamawa village, Etereyange village, Ututu village, and Pekia village at all of the Ukum local government areas, where those heavily armed bandits are using as their hideouts. Ogun State government has declared Monday, being today, October 7, 2024, as a public holiday for teachers in the state. Governor Dapo Abiodun explained that the work-free day is to commemorate this year's Teachers' Day celebration. It applies to both public and private schools in Ogun State, while school will resume academic activities on Tuesday, October 8, 2024, being tomorrow. This means both public and private schools in Ogun State are expected to resume academic activities on Tuesday, October 8, 2024. The National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools, NAPS, Ogun State chapter, shared the notice that its members on Sunday, October 6. Governor Ademola Adeleke also declared Monday as public holiday for all teachers in Osun State to mark World Teachers' Day. The Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Oluomo Kolakbo Alimi, disclosed this in a statement issued via the state government's X-handle, formerly known as Twitter, at Osun State Government. Alimi said the public holiday is to celebrate teachers in view of the invaluable contributions to the growth of the education sector, not only in Osun State and Nigeria, but the world at large. In a different story, a 20-year-old man identified as Faisal Audu has been arrested by the Ogun State Police Command in connection with the alleged murder of a hunter named Sahid Awolesi in the Shagamu area. Officers from the Shagamu Police Division made the arrest on Sunday. According to the State Command, spokesperson Omolola Odutola, Awolesi had reported the gone night hunting around 9 p.m. on October 5, 2024, but did not return home. Correspondents learned that the victim's disappearance prompted his families and the Hunters Association to launch a frantic search for his whereabouts. Odutola confirmed to reporters that the suspect involved in the hunter's disappearance was apprehended by officers of the Iba 4 Police Command, along with the hunter's phone and motorcycle. He said, our detectives called the hunter's mobile phone and it was answered at the Iba 4 police station. The suspect had already been apprehended by the officers from the division and was found in possession of the hunter's phone and motorcycle. The spokesperson added that the body had been recovered and taken to the mortuary in Shagamu for an autopsy as part of the ongoing investigation. A similar incident was reported in 2022 when suspected gunmen killed a motorcyclist identified as Ishimu Lawal and stole his motorcycle in Leme area of Abokuta South local government area of the state. Still in Ogun State, the police command on Monday said that its Igbeba division in Ijebu-Ode arrested one Shedrack Olawale Olayemi, who had been in the police wanted list for armed robbery and alleged rape of some female students in Tai Solarin Village, University of Education in Ijagun in July. The spokesperson for the State Police Command, SP Omolola Odutola, disclosed this in a statement sent to journalists on Monday. Odutola said that Olayemi was picked up after an intelligence report revealed that the 33-year-old alleged armed robber and rapist was sighted at the university area in Ijagun, where he has been trying to conceal his identity. The statement said, the divisional police officer of Igbeba Division has arrested a wanted notorious suspect for armed robbery. The police said that a preliminary investigation has commenced and that the suspect has been taken immediately to the Igbeba police station for interrogation and will soon be transferred to the State Criminal Investigation Department for discreet investigation and prosecution. Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Police, CP Alamutu Abiodun Mustafa, has directed that Olayemi's cohorts be arrested with further appeal to the host of the Ijagun community to volunteer credible information to assist the police in tracking down other members of this criminal gang. In Lagos, a tragic incident occurred in the Maitu area when a pedestrian was rammed into by a yet-to-be-identified driver who was driving at top speed. The incident, which took place in Ewenla Charity near Oshodi, when the driver was heading towards Maitu, caused some serious injuries on the pedestrian. It was gathered that the incident occurred on Sunday, 6th October, as the driver was apprehended by officials of the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASMA, over reckless driving, which led to the tragic incident that resulted in the pedestrian sustaining severe bodily injuries. LASMA Director on Public Affairs and Enlightenment, Taufik Adebayo, disclosed in a release that the officers of the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASMA, swiftly responded to the scene, providing immediate assistance to the victim. He stated, in a harrowing incident that occurred today, being Sunday as of the time of this report, the driver of a Toyota Camry bearing registered number KTU 447EV recklessly sped through a busy section of the Ewenla Charity near Oshodi, heading towards Maitu. Tragically, the driver negligent actions resulted in a grievous injury of a pedestrian who sustained severe bodily harm after being struck by the vehicle. The pedestrian, who sustained serious injuries, was quickly transported to the Comfort Hospital in Mafoluku, Oshodi, for emergency medical treatment. Adebayo, however, added that the driver of the Toyota Camry was apprehended on the spot by officers. In line with the standard procedure, the driver and vehicle were handed over to the Mafoluku police station for further investigation into the circumstances of the incident, he said. Meanwhile, LASMA authorities called on all road users to exercise caution and obey traffic laws, emphasizing the critical importance of protecting pedestrians and other motorists. Similarly, LASMA General Manager Mr. Olalekon Bakere Oki extended his wishes for a speedy recovery to the victim and affirmed the agency's dedication to enforcing road safety regulations to prevent similar incidents in the future. In a statement on Sunday, Babafemi NDLA spokesperson said a 41-year-old suspect was arrested on October 3rd during an inward clearance of the passengers on the KLM airline flight from Canada at Terminal 1 of the Lagos airport. Babafemi added that the Monju was caught with 74 parcels of illicit drugs weighing 34.20 kilograms stuffed in 2 of her 3 bags. Similarly, the anti-drug agency intercepted 13,298,000 pills of opioids and 338,253 bottles of codeine-based syrup at the Port Harcourt Port, Onne, River State. Babafemi said that the seized consignment is worth over 9 billion naira in street value and included tramadol, Tramikin Quick Action Tramadol, Tamol X, Royal Tempetanol, and Cariscoprodol, amongst others. He said that the opioids were recovered in 3 containers coming from India, targeted by the NDLEA during a 100% joint examination of cargoes. NDLEA operatives at the Tin Can Seaport in Lagos on Thursday, October 3rd, intercepted 100 parcels of Canadian loud weighing 50 kilograms. The consignment was packed in 20 parcels, each in 5 jumbo bags concealed in a container with 4 units of imported vehicles that came from Canada. The statement reads, though the container had earlier been cleared out by the ESS Libra bonded terminal in Ikorodu, but based on credible intelligence, NDLEA operatives were able to trace it to a warehouse in Ikorodu where the illicit consignments were discovered in one of the imported vehicles, a Toyota Sienna bus. A suspect, Abubakar Shuaibu Ibrahim, has already been taken into custody in connection with the seizure. Do not forget that we are open for advert placement, bookings and commercials. You can stay connected with us on our socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok at Atlantic TV Network 1, X at atlanticnetwork.tv, on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. Move on to Kwara State, where the government has asked people living around the riverbanks in various areas of the state to relocate to higher ground following persistent rainfall recently in the state. A statement issued on Sunday by the State Commissioner for Environment, Nafisat Buge, to guard against impending floods in the state, added that the state has been experiencing persistent rainfall between Wednesday and Sunday. This led to reports of flooding affecting some people around the Asa River in Unity Road, Taiwo Isale and Isale Koko in Ilorin South and Ilorin East areas of the state, respectively. The commissioner described the situation as a global phenomenon which can be attributed to the effects of climate change in the environment as a result of both natural phenomena and human activities. A statement signed by the press secretary of the Ministry of Environment, Kamaldeen Aligan, said the present administration, under the leadership of the governor, Abdurrahman Abdurrazak, is deeply concerned about the impending flood situation and is taking proactive measures to ensure public safety. She further said, to curb the situation, the government has embarked on the continuous dredging of the Asa River, construction of embankments, desilting and of drainages across the state, provision of additional waste bins, as well as expansion of the dump site for proper waste disposal, encouragement of waste recycling and irrigation system for farmers, and regular advocacy and sensitization on environmental issues via the media and interfaces with relevant stakeholders, as well as enforcement whenever necessary. In Borno State, Babagana Zulum has called for increased support of the World Food Programme in driving sustainable solutions for Borno State's recovery from the recent devastating floods. During a meeting with WFP's delegation, led by the Executive Director, Cindy McCain, at the Government House in Maiduguri on Monday, Zulum expressed deep appreciation for the organization's continued assistance in humanitarian efforts, but emphasized the need for focus on long-term strategies. While addressing the delegation, which consisted of WFP's County Director, General Regional Director, and Nigeria's permanent representatives, Zulum listed the damages caused by the September 10, 2024 flooding, which submerged key infrastructures, including bridges, roads, and many communities cut off. The governor commended the WFP for their critical role in both the insurgency recovery and the ongoing flood relief efforts. WFP has been instrumental in providing both food and cash to affected individuals, helping us manage this crisis, he said. Bagana Zulum, however, appealed to the WFP to support dry season farming along riverbanks and to provide improved seeds and solar-powered water pumps to help farmers reclaim their flooded lands. Responding, Cindy McCain reaffirmed WFP's commitment to Borno State, announcing the signing of a new memorandum of understanding to solidify the partnership. According to her, the WFP had transited from immediate relief of sustainable solutions aimed at transforming lives in Borno through food and security initiatives. She said, "This MOU is testament to our shared vision of creating lasting impact." She assured the governor of continued support in the state's recovery and development efforts. In Nasarawa State, police command has arrested 4 suspected armed robbers and recovered a stolen vehicle. The police public relations officer of the command, DSP Rahman Nansel, said in a statement on Sunday that while Salem Husseini, Abubakar Musa and Dimas Danja were arrested by operatives attached to the Maraba A Division, another suspect, Ahmed Mohammed Aliyu, was nabbed in the New Karu area. According to the spokesman, a fabricated rifle, a knife, and criminal charms were recovered from the first operation, while a blue Toyota Camry with registration number RBC 980DA was recovered from Abubakar, a resident of the Mabushi area of Abuja. He said the suspects have confessed to belonging to a gang of armed robbers terrorizing the Maraba area and its environs. Inspector General of the Police, IGP Kayode Egbetukun, has said men and officers of the Nigerian Police Force will be enrolled in the Employees Compensation Scheme to improve additional social benefits to the force. Egbetukun announced this while the Managing Director of the Nigerian Social Insurance Trust Fund, NSITF, Oluwaseun Falele, led the executive and senior management of the agency on an advocacy visit to force headquarters. The IGP, who praised Falele for the radical changes he has brought to the NSITF since assumption of duties, said the force will actively partner with NSITF to also ensure compliance with the ECAS among the public and private sectors of employees. In a statement yesterday by the organization General Manager for Corporate Affairs, Mwachukwu Godson, the IGP said, "I listened to you and I want to assure you that I have taken note of everything you said, all the issues you raised. From now on, we are going to work together to make sure that the Nigerian Police Force becomes active partners of the NSITF. We are going to contribute to the scheme. We will do everything possible, whatever that is stopping the NPF from contributing to the organization. We have to look into it and make sure that it works this time around. Then with respect to your enforcement drive, please count on us that we will support you all the way. We have been monitoring your activities since you came in as the MD of the organization, and I know that you have brought radical changes to the fund." Falele faulted the absence of compliance by the police of the ECS, but expressed optimism that the intervention of the IGP would turn a new page in the partnership between SITF and NPF. The organization boss hailed the NPF for the sacrifices of its officers that they make to the nation, saying, "We are here to show our appreciation first and foremost as Nigerians for the efforts of the leadership of the NPF in securing the nation. Second, we are here to engage with the leadership of the NPF on the core mandate of the organization to see how to collaborate and extend the numerous benefits of the social insurance cover to the rank and file of the police in line with our mandate." In a different story, Benjamin Kalu, Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, says that the Constitution Review Committee has concluded arrangements to hold an international legislative dialogue for women. This statement, issued on Sunday by Udora Urizu Kalu, Special Advisor and Assistant on Press Affairs, said the dialogue is aimed at increasing women's participation in politics. Kalu was quoted as saying the committees in both chambers are working to amend the constitution in this respect by December 2025. This is a sacrifice for nation building, Kalu said at a retreat for the consultants and secretariat of the committee in Abuja. History will remember you. You'll be remembered by those who crafted the new constitution. You're writing your name in gold. I'm happy to say that with the way we are going, our objective of achieving the first set of alterations by December 2025 is feasible. I'm happy to inform you that as well as the Senate has keyed into our timeline in this Reg. Kalu said that activities of the work plan include national public hearings, follow-up retreats, joint retreats with Senate, engagement with State House of Assembly and the Governor's Forum. I wish to emphasize that we should look at ways to increase our political participation of women. It's very important, the Deputy Speaker said. We have to find a way to make it easier for us to harvest their wealth of opinion on national issues and policies. The International Legislative Dialogue for Women will be held on October 28th at Transcorp Hilton, Abuja. Kalu said the committee is ready and is reaching out to women who have made major impacts across the globe to contribute to the discourse. You're watching Government and Public Service Report on Atlantic Television Network. We'll be back after this short break. Do stay with us.
The people of Maiduguri need your help. A catastrophic flood has engulfed the city, leaving over 1 million residents stranded and fighting for survival. Entire communities are submerged, with people trapped inside homes and on rooftops cut off from food, clean drinking water and essential supplies. Health experts are warning of a potential outbreak of deadly diseases, and medical facilities are out of commission. The situation is dire. Helicopters, boats and high-riding trucks capable of navigating the treacherous, waterlogged areas are urgently required to reach the countless men, women and children still awaiting rescue. The Nigerian media is issuing a desperate plea to the government, humanitarian organizations, international actors and citizens across the nation. Step in now, before it's too late. For more information on how you can help, contact Professor Usman A. Tar, the Honorable Commissioner for Information and Internal Security, Borno State, on 0809-233-3955. Every second counts.
This is powered by Atlantic Television Network.
A warm welcome back to Government and Public Service Reports on Atlantic Television Network. Now to the rest of our stories. In a significant move to enhance health research, the federal government of Nigeria has launched the National Health Research Ethics Committee electronic platform. The e-portal, unveiled by the Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Tunji Alausa, on Friday in Lagos, aims to streamline and modernize the ethical review and approval process for health research proposals. Alausa described the launch as a remarkable milestone. It marks a shift towards transparency, efficiency, and accountability in Nigeria's healthcare research system. He credited the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, for supporting the platform. The e-portal will centralize and simplify the submission process for research proposals, reducing delays and redundancies. Even as Alausa expressed hope that the platform would make Nigeria's health research more competitive globally. It would also make it improve on data-driven innovation and clinical practices. Associate Director of the Science of US CDC, Dr. Adeola Adeyeye, lauded the shift and the swift development of the platform achieved in just 6 weeks through close collaboration with the Nigerian government and international partners. She highlighted how the platform will significantly reduce approval times, encouraging local and international research collaborations. The launch follows the success of the National Strategic Meeting on Health Research Development and Innovation earlier this year, reinforcing the government's commitment to research-driven health improvements. The platform is expected to bolster Nigeria's ability to generate and utilize research data, driving innovation and healthcare delivery. Commissioner for Health in Lagos, Professor Akin Abayomi, praised the platform for simplifying research governance, making it easier for researchers nationwide to obtain ethical approvals. He said, "It's like the ease of doing business for medical research." Explained that the system would help protect participants' rights and intellectual property while accelerating the research process. Project Director for Public Health Information Surveillance Solutions and Systems, Daro Onomide, a key figure behind the platform development, explained that the e-platform is designed to make the application and protocol review process faster, more efficient, and accessible for research across the country and beyond. Federal government, in a bold move, has told Julius Berger Nigeria PLC to fast-track the completion of the rehabilitation of the 82-kilometer section second of the Abuja-Kaduna-Zaria-Kano dual carriageway and the construction of the Bodo-Boni Road with bridges across the Opobo Channel, roads 430 in River State. Minister of Works Dave Umahi said the government could not continually negotiate with the contractors over the same projects. In a statement yesterday in Abuja by his special advisor on media, Uchenna Oji, during a meeting with Julius Berger, represented by its executive director for projects, Benjamin Botts, and the head of contract management, Omonigbo Brown, the minister stressed that the need for contractors handling federal government projects to exhibit corporate nationalism in price negotiation in the face of daunting economic challenges facing the country. Umahi said the Federal Executive Council, FEC, at its meeting on September 23rd, approved the rescoping and downward review of the contract. He said, "We have the second section, which is 82 kilometers by 2, which is also that of the JBN PLC that is being worked on. And so, if you check what FEC approved on September 23rd, FEC approved that the total contract sum with the scope of Julius Berger would be 740 billion naira. This means that if you remove 391 billion that has already been paid, you now have a total of 340 billion remaining. This is the scope of their work for the 164 kilometers construction." The minister urged the contractor to mobilize for work on the 4 sections of the Abuja-Zaria-Kaduna-Kano project to finish the job within 14 months. Central Bank of Nigeria has taken steps to manage the country's rising money supply, withdrawing 1.3 trillion from circulation. The measure, often referred to as a mop-up exercise, claims to curb the rapid extension and expansion of the money supply, which reached an unprecedented 107 trillion in August 2024. The move is part of the CBN's ongoing efforts to stabilize the economy and combat inflationary pressures that arise from excessive liquidity in the financial system. In September, the system liquidity experienced several boosts, particularly from the inflow of about 903 billion naira from the Federation Account Allocation Committee. However, This was balanced by the CBN's auctions of Nigeria Treasury bills and open market operation, which together mopped up 1.3 trillion, 622.7 billion from NTBS and 712 billion from the OMOs. These actions were necessary to prevent the excessive liquidity from overheating the economy. The CBN decision to withdraw such a large amount from circulation is aimed to control inflation by reducing the volume of money available for spending. By doing so, the bank can moderate consumer demand, which in turn helps to stabilize prices. This is especially important as Nigeria's money supply, often referred to as the M2, surged by 62% year-on-year, reaching 107 trillion in August from 106 trillion in the previous month. The increase in M2 is a concern because a rapid expansion in money supply can lead to inflation if not carefully managed. Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, the NNPC, is ending its exclusive purchase agreement with Dangote Refinery, opening up the market for other marketers to buy petrol directly from the refinery. This means NNPC will no longer be the sole off-taker, and marketers can now negotiate prices directly with Dangote Refinery. This development aligns with the current practices for fully deregulated products, where refineries can willingly sell to marketers and buyer willing on buyer-seller basis. Earlier in September, Devakumar Edwin, Vice President at Dangote Industries Limited, said the 650,000 barrels per day of Dangote Refinery has begun the processing of petrol. Mr. Edwin explained that NNPC Limited would buy its product exclusively, but the NNPC, in reaction to the statement, said that Dangote Refinery is being undermined by actions of the company at the time, said it was not the sole off-taker of all products from Dangote Refinery. It said the refinery was free to sell its petrol to any marketer. The NNPC explained that the Dangote Refinery and any other domestic refinery were free to sell directly to any marketer on a willing buyer-seller basis, which is the current practice of all products such as diesel, aviation fuel, and kerosene, which are deregulated. But on 15 September, the NNPC began loading petrol from the Dangote Refinery, although some major petroleum marketers were later reportedly approved to lift the product from the refinery under an agreement with the NNPC Limited. Independent marketers remained excluded. On 26 September, the House of Representatives called on the federal government to mandate the NNPC Limited and Dangote Refinery to allow independent marketers to lift directly from the refinery. The lower chamber also urged the management of Dangote Refinery to build, acquire, or partner to establish tank farms or depots across the geopolitical zones of the country to ease access of petroleum products for the public. This call followed a motion of urgent public importance on Thursday by Oboku Ofoji. Moving the motion, Mr. Ofoji explained that the exclusion of independent marketers threatened competition in the sector. He noted that competition is essential for reducing costs, adding that some marketers may resort to importing products to survive in the market. Those familiar with the matter told reporters that NNPC is set to withdraw as the sole off-taker to allow other marketers to directly purchase petrol from Dangote Refinery at a prevailing market price, promoting competition and potentially stabilizing supply chains. Femi Soneye, the spokesperson for the NNPC, was not available to comment for the story, but a top official from the company confirmed the developments to reporters on Monday morning. And this is where we wrap it up proper on this edition of Government and Public Service Reports on your favorite Atlantic Television network in the city of Port Harcourt. I am King David Obasi. Thank you so far for staying with us. Continue with us on our socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, X, formerly known as Twitter, at Atlantic TV/net. On our website, it still remains atlanticnetwork.tv. Peace and unity are always the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching.